Here's an estimate of the death tolls attributed to each dictator due to war, genocide, purges, and mass executions. 1. Adolf Hitler, Germany, 1933 to 1945. Death toll, 40-50 million, including the Holocaust and World War II. Cause, Holocaust, 6 million Jews, plus millions of others, war crimes, and military invasions. 2. Joseph Stalin, Soviet Union, 1924 to 1953. Death toll, 20-30 million. Cause, Great Purge, forced collectivization, Gulag labor camps, and famines, e.g., Holodomor in Ukraine. 3. Mao Zedong, China, 1949 to 1976. Death toll, 40-70 million. Cause, Great Leap Forward, famine killed 30-45 million, Cultural Revolution, purges, and executions. 4. Pol Pot, Cambodia, 1975 to 1979. Death toll, 1.5-2 million, about 25% of Cambodia's population. Cause, killing fields, forced labor, starvation, and executions. 5. Benito Mussolini, Italy, 1922 to 1943. Death toll, 400,000, 500,000. Cause, war crimes in Ethiopia, World War II, political repression, and concentration camps. 6. Saddam Hussein, Iraq, 1979 to 2003. Death toll, 500,000, 1 million. Cause, chemical attacks, e.g., Halabja massacre, wars, Iran-Iraq war, Gulf War, and political purges. 7. Muammar Gaddafi, Libya, 1969 to 2011. Death toll, 50,000, 100,000. Cause, political executions, suppression of uprisings, and military conflicts. 8. Kim Il-sung, North Korea, 1948 to 1994. Death toll, 1.63 million. Cause, Korean War, purges, forced labor camps, and mass starvation. 9. Francisco Franco, Spain, 1939 to 1975. Death toll, 200,000, 400,000. Cause, Spanish Civil War executions, political repression, and labor camps. 10. Idi Amin, Uganda, 1971 to 1979. Death toll, 300,000, 500,000. Cause, political assassinations, ethnic killings, and torture. These numbers are estimates based on historical research, and some figures remain debated. Most brutal dictators in history and how they died. 1. Adolf Hitler, Germany, 1933 to 1945. Death, committed suicide by gunshot and cyanide in his bunker in Berlin, April 30, 1945. 2. Joseph Stalin, Soviet Union, 1924 to 1953. Death, died of a stroke, March 5, 1953, likely due to natural causes, though some suspect he was poisoned. 3. Mao Zedong, China, 1949 to 1976. Death, died of a heart attack, September 9, 1976, after years of deteriorating health. 4. Pol Pot, Cambodia, 1975 to 1979. Death, died under house arrest, April 15, 1998, possibly poisoned, after leading the Khmer Rouge in a genocide. 5. Benito Mussolini, Italy, 1922 to 1943. Death, executed by Italian partisans, April 28, 1945, his body was mutilated and hung upside down in public. 6. Saddam Hussein, Iraq, 1979 to 2003. Death executed by hanging, December 30, 2006, after being convicted of crimes against humanity. 7. Muammar Gaddafi, Libya, 1969 to 2011. Death captured and killed by rebels, October 20, 2011, after NATO-backed uprisings. 8. Kim Il-sung, North Korea, 1948 to 1994. Death, died of a heart attack, July 8, 1994, though his rule established a brutal dictatorship. Still in power. 9. Francisco Franco, Spain, 1939 to 1975. Death, died of natural causes, November 20, 1975, after prolonged illness. 10. Idi Amin, Uganda, 1971 to 1979. Death, their political tactics, propaganda, and military actions. The methods they used to maintain control, secret police, mass surveillance, purges, etc. The specific atrocities they committed, notorious massacres, genocides, or forced labor camps. The resistance against them, rebellions, coups, uprisings, and how they were overthrown. Dictators throughout history have used a combination of fear, propaganda, and force to maintain control over their nations. Here are the primary methods they employed. 1. Fear and terror, mass executions, purges, secret police. Joseph Stalin used the Great Purge, 1936 to 1938, to eliminate rivals, executing or imprisoning millions. The NKVD, secret police, enforced terror. Adolf Hitler used the Gestapo, secret police, and the SS to silence opposition and control German society. Pol Pot ordered mass executions in Cambodia's killing fields, eliminating intellectuals, teachers, and even people who wore glasses, seen as educated threats. Idi Amin had political opponents fed to crocodiles, and his secret police, the State Research Bureau, terrorized Uganda. 2. Propaganda and indoctrination. Mao Zedong launched the Cultural Revolution, 1966 to 1976, where youth, Red Guards, were encouraged to attack intellectuals and officials seen as counter-revolutionary. Hitler spread Nazi ideology through the Hitler Youth, mass rallies, and controlled media. Joseph Goebbels, his propaganda minister, manipulated public opinion. Kim Il-sung created a personality cult in North Korea, forcing people to worship him like a god, with strict censorship and propaganda glorifying his rule. 3. Control of information, censorship and brainwashing. Francisco Franco banned opposition newspapers and only allowed state-controlled media. Mussolini controlled Italian radio and newspapers, promoting the idea of a strong fascist state. Saddam Hussein made it a crime to insult him or his Ba'ath party, punishing dissenters with imprisonment or execution. 4. Military and police suppression. Muammar Gaddafi used his revolutionary committees to spy on citizens and eliminate threats. Stalin deployed the Red Army to crush resistance in Eastern Europe, ensuring Soviet control. Kim Il-sung set up labor camps where dissenters and their families were imprisoned for generations. 5. Economic and social control. Mao's Great Leap Forward controlled farmers and industries, but led to famine and millions of deaths. Hitler implemented economic policies that initially improved Germany's economy but relied on war and forced labor. Gaddafi used Libya's oil wealth to fund a police state while silencing opposition. 6. Eliminating political rivals. Stalin had top Bolshevik leaders executed in show trials. Saddam Hussein purged his own party in televised executions to instill fear. Franco executed thousands of Republicans after winning the Spanish Civil War. 7. Cult of personality. Kim Il-sung forced every household to have his picture on the wall. Mussolini declared himself Il Duce, the leader, and controlled all aspects of Italian life. Gaddafi called himself the brotherly leader and ruled Libya like a personal kingdom. These dictators controlled their nations through fear, lies, and brute force. Some were eventually overthrown, while others died in power.